She knew she couldn't spill the coffee. Not because it was hot, not because it would be rude, but because this one paper cup labeled director only was her only ticket into a room where she'd never been invited. Amara held it with both hands like it weighed 10 pounds. The coffee wasn't shaking, she was. The executive boardroom was on the 37th floor. You needed a special access card to reach it. She didn't have one. Security let her through only because she was carrying coffee. No one asked her name. One of them smirked. Nice uniform. You with Starbucks? She didn't respond. Because the outfit was hers. A fitted navy blouse, tailored dark pants, clean shoes, and this was the third person that morning who thought she was delivery. The coffee smelled faintly of almond, not because it had almond milk, because the name on the lid said Lawrence. His coffee always smelled like authority. The doors opened silently. Inside, logoed carpet, heavy oak table, padded walls, 12 people, white men, one white woman, one quiet Asian man. All of them turned to look at her. "Who's that?" someone asked. "That's Amara. She's an analyst, second department," mumbled an assistant. "Why is she holding coffee?" Silence. The kind where you hear your own heart. And the sloshing in the cup. Mr. Lawrence looked up. "Tracy's sick. She's filling in." Then he turned to Amara. "You won't spill it, right?" She nodded. He took a sip, frowned. "Is this almond?" "I asked for oat." Then without looking at her. "Well, she tried. That's something." A few chuckles. "Is she an intern?" "No, just someone they're trying to include." She heard that and then she saw it. On the table, next to his laptop, was a printed report. Her report. Tables, graphs, analysis, all hers, except at the top someone else's name. Jason Whitmore. She took a step back. "I can bring another coffee," she said. "Excellent, this one had mistakes." She walked out. "You okay?" asked the security guard. "You look like someone stole your paycheck." Downstairs in the cafe, she made a new coffee. Oat milk, perfectly measured. Behind her, two women whispered, "If I brought the wrong coffee, I'd be fired." "She won't be, you know why." "She's too ambitious." Amara said nothing. She looked at the cup, then at her hand, at the bracelet from her mom. "You can be anything," her mother always said. "But if you could be anything, why were you still asked to just bring coffee?" She grabbed both cups, took the stairs, 17 flights. Every step, a quiet protest. By the time she walked back into the boardroom, Lawrence was talking. "And so the data confirms," she placed the new coffee gently in front of him. He took it, sipped. And then the first cup slipped from her hand. Coffee splashed, all over the tablet, the papers, the name, Jason Whitmore. "Oh my God," someone gasped. "What the hell?" "I'm sorry," Amara said calmly. "I tripped." Silence. But only she knew this wasn't an accident. It was the only way to make her name visible. The silence lasted longer than the dripping coffee. Lawrence wiped his fingers. "You can leave now." She didn't move. She stepped toward the window, crossed her arms, and said nothing. "What is she doing?" someone whispered. She didn't explain, because in that reflection, for the first time, she didn't see a girl holding coffee. She saw a woman who built the report they just tried to bury. "I'm sorry," she said finally. "I should have been more careful." Pause. "With who gets credit." Lawrence looked up. That sounded inappropriate. Did it? He stood, walked closer. Too close. "We're in a strategic session. You are not part of this." "I was, when you submitted my data." A low voltage ripped through the room. "That's a serious accusation." "It's not an accusation. It's a pattern. You should talk to HR." "I did, 3 weeks ago." "And?" "They closed the case in under 2 hours, without review." "Which means the matter was resolved." "No, it means they never opened the file." Then an assistant entered the room. He looked nervous, phone in hand. "Sir, there's a message going around Slack." "What message?" He showed the screen, a scan of the original report. Her signature, Jason's crossed out. Below it, her message. "If silence is policy, I will break it. This was my work. I have proof. And if you're wondering why I spilled the coffee, look at the paper." Everyone froze. Lawrence looked confused, furious. Who gave her access to publish? No one answered. Amara turned to the door. "You once told me I should focus on simpler things," she said. She looked back. "I did. I made it so simple, even you noticed." And she walked out. Now, on every floor, people stared. "Is that her? The one with the report? I thought she was delivery. I've been here 3 years and no one ever listened to me." Lawrence is on indefinite leave. "The board? They want to hear from you." Later that evening, she stepped out of the building. Sun setting. Glass skyscrapers glowing gold. And in the reflection, not a shadow, not a blur, herself, full and real. On her phone, a message from her mother. "I knew it! You're not just smart. You're brave. You're beautiful. Don't be quiet anymore." Amara smiled. Not big, but real. A week later, same room, same floor, but no coffee. Just her, and a presentation remote. The reports on the table all had her name. Amara L. Jackson, Senior Strategy Analyst. Lawrence was gone, but the others? They listened. She began to speak, calm, clear. And in the corner, a forgotten paper cup. The words on the lid faded. Director only. Now it was clear. It wasn't a label. It was a prophecy. Sometimes, to be heard, you don't just spill coffee. You spill the truth. And make sure it stains the ones who've been sipping it. For free. Too long.